So, as a disclaimer, I just want to say to YouTube and to those who might want to try to report this video, this is not misinformation. Any of the information that I'm listing can be found both on the FDA's own website and it can also be found on the Paxlovid website as well. So, some of the things that I'm going to read to you have to do specifically with the video. I'm just going to give you some of the information and the definitions ahead of time so that you can understand some of the things that are being stated when you hear the commercial. Understanding investigational drugs. Have you ever thought about joining a clinical trial that is trying to find out if an investigational drug works in treating your disease or medical condition? Or maybe your healthcare provider has talked to you about treating you with an investigational drug through expanded access. An investigational drug can also be called an experimental drug and is being studied to see if your disease or medical condition improves while taking it. Scientists are trying to prove in clinical trials. A, if the drug is safe and effective. B, how the drug might be used in that disease. C, how much of the drug is needed. And D, information about potential benefits and risk of taking the drug. To consider using an investigational drug. Not every person's disease or medical condition responds the same way to approved drugs. Your healthcare provider might have talked to you about using an investigational drug if you have A, experienced side effects that are too severe to continue taking. B, limited treatment options available. C, heard about promising early study results for a specific investigational drug. And D, no approved drugs available to treat your disease or medical condition. Approximately 1.2 million people in the United States have HIV. About 13% of them don't know it and need testing. HIV continues to have a disproportionate impact on certain populations, particularly racial and ethnic minorities and gay, bisexuals, and other men who have sex with men. In 2019, an estimated 34,800 new HIV infections occurred in the United States. New HIV infections declined 8% from 37,800 in 2015 to 34,800 in 2019, after a period of general stability. In 2020, 30,635 people received an HIV diagnosis in the United States and six dependent areas, a 17% decrease from the prior year, likely due to the impact of COVID-19 pandemic on HIV prevention, testing, and care-related services. HIV diagnoses are not evenly distributed across states and regions. The highest rates of new diagnoses continue to occur in the South.
COVID 19 and being overweight makes it more risky. I'm calling my doctor. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Authorized for emergency use, Paxlovid is an oral treatment for people 12 and up who have mild to moderate COVID-19 and have a high risk factor for it becoming severe. Taken within 5 days of symptoms, Paxlovid reduced the risk of developing severe COVID-19 by 86%.
Paxlovid may strengthen or weaken other medicines. Taking it with certain medicines may cause life-threatening side effects or affect how Paxlovid works. So it's critical to tell your doctor about all medicines you take, including herbal supplements, because lab tests or changing the dose of your medicines may be needed. Tell your doctor if you have any serious illnesses, allergies, liver or kidney disease, are pregnant or plan to become pregnant, are breastfeeding or use birth control. Paxlovid may affect how your birth control works. Don't take Paxlovid if you're allergic to nirmatrelvir, ritonavir, or any of its ingredients. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, liver problems, and issues with HIV medicines. Other side effects include altered taste, diarrhea, high blood pressure, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, and feeling unwell.
So these are a list of the medications that they were stating if you are allergic to both of the Paxlovid medication that is given or any of the ingredients, make sure that you understand and that you check your medication and talk to your doctor. If you take any of these medications, pretty much you're not supposed to be taking this stuff at all. And this is a lot. This will more than likely cover a lot of people who are either about to or who are on this type of medication. Right. Then they also go to the allergic reactions, include several allergic reactions known as anaphylaxis, can happen in people taking Paxlovid, even after only one dose. Stop taking Paxlovid and call your healthcare provider right away if you get any of the following symptoms of an allergic reaction: hives, trouble swallowing or breathing, swelling of the mouth, lips, or face, throat tightness, hoarseness, skin rash. That's a lot of stuff. And especially dealing with the face, which, if you are having anything such as trouble swallowing or breathing, you're going to have issues. Throat tightness, again, you're going to be having issues. Anything that is potentially affecting airways, breathing, that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. And this is completely ridiculous how they, in a sense, have something like this on the market, which can have these effects on top of have more than likely life-threatening or negative interactions if you are taking any of the medications that are listed directly on the side. Then on top of that, they stated resistance to HIV medications. If you have untreated HIV infection, Paxlovid may lead to some HIV medications not working as well in the future. Excuse me? Wait, let me see if I can interpret this correctly, right? So you have a person that has untreated HIV, meaning that they're not taking any medication for it. They're stating that Paxlovid may lead to some HIV medications not working as well in the future. So you mean to tell me that if somebody that is not taking any of the medications on the side or any HIV medications, if they take Paxlovid before they happen to actually start any type of HIV medications, that means that the Paxlovid is going to have a lingering effect where it's going to lessen the potency of the HIV medication? That's ridiculous. How does it have so many negative effects? Like what realistically are the positives? What realistically are the positives? Because they already told you that there's a potentiality that this could have, you know, life, you know, altering, consequences if you just so happen to take it. I'm just a little bit confused on why something like this would be on the market. Then he also stated other possible effects include altered sense of taste, diarrhea, high blood pressure, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, and feeling generally unwell. Generally unwell. That can be anything. That could literally be anything. You can just decide to go out there and, eat some pizza with some chocolate and ice cream or whatever, and you'll start feeling unwell because you just literally, ate a combination of stuff that is, trying to figure out what it's doing in your stomach, right? Oh my goodness. Like I said, I don't understand how some of this stuff is specifically on the market, how they're able to literally sell this to the general public. This is 1,000% ridiculous. And I'm afraid for anybody that's going to be taking this. Again, it's up to anybody, whatever it is that they want to do with their body. I'm not here to stop anybody or tell them what to do. I am just pointing out the things that do not make sense. And this whole medication here does not make any type of sense. It has way more negatives than it does positives. But, this is what they're selling. So let's just go over the information that I had attached to the video. It said Paxlovid is not approved to prevent COVID-19, treat severe or critical COVID-19, or to be used for more than 5 days. There are certain medications that should not be taken with Paxlovid. Right underneath, they also had on the same website, be prepared for COVID-19. If you are at high risk for progression to severe COVID-19, it is important to be ready to take action. Fill out this COVID-19 preparedness plan so you can be ready to speak with a healthcare provider about Paxlovid as soon as you test positive. But you just already stated that it's not approved to prevent COVID-19, treat severe or critical COVID-19. So I'm a little bit confused. I'm just a little bit confused. Maybe my interpretation of English is vastly different from other people. Maybe it's just stuff that I'm just not seeing, not understanding. But I can just safely say without a shadow of a doubt that this is not making sense. Then they said authorized use. Yeah, authorized use. The FDA has authorized the emergency use of Paxlovid, an investigational medicine for the treatment of mild to moderate COVID 19 in adults and children 12 years of age or older, weigh at least 88 pounds, with a positive test for the virus that causes COVID 19, and who are at high risk for progression to severe COVID 19, including hospitalization or death under the EUA. Paxlovid is investigational because it is still being studied. There is limited information about the safety and effectiveness of using Paxlovid to treat people with mild to moderate COVID 19. So notice how all of that is giving you complete mixed information. It's telling you it might do something, and then it's telling you what it specifically won't do, but it's still telling you that, hey, you should talk to a medical provider to, still, get it and all this. It's like I said, this is why reading is fundamental. This is why whenever they have these commercials, people should go directly to the websites and read what it is that they are stating. And a lot of these commercials, they're not going to state every single thing about what it is that they're trying to sell you. They're not going to do it. Like I said, it's a crazy world out here. Remember, this is not FDA authorized, nor it is approved. This is the trial of the trial, meaning that they're not, using just some random people that signed up and they're getting paid 500 to like $1,000 to try out this medication for whatever amount of time. No, 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 no. They're using you, the people, the American people, to test out this emergency drug that is not approved, right? Like I said before, this is an investigational medication. This is not a medication that is approved. It has not been fully tested. It has not been severely vetted. There are a lot of other side effects that more than likely can still happen that aren't even listed yet and that people don't even know about, but yet they're running commercials. They're running commercials trying to have you go out here and get this stuff. So, like I said, everything is directly from the Paxlovid website, and the other information is taken directly from, I think, what I say, the CDC or whatever it was. So, it's up to people to, make their own informed decisions, go out there and do the research. But as always, pay attention.